right, to kick things off, I would like to start with a quote from Mr. Marty Neumeyer. He's kind of the godfather of branding. So if you're really interested in it, please look him up and check out his website. He has a lot of content on it. So the quote reads, "A brand is not what you say it is what they say it is." Okay, I will leave this here. It will make a little bit more sense later in 10 minutes when I'm done, but I will continue for now. So, you know, all the words, logos, advertising, marketing, branding, and they are all in itself complex fields that we can discuss. But obviously, if we would discuss them all, then we would spend here a few days. And also my partner Leon from BC60 will talk a bit more about logo and marketing and design after this. For today, I really just want to focus on only one thing. I want you to understand the word branding perfectly. Okay? So, if you would ask me what branding is in one single word, okay, one word only, that word for me would be reputation. I hope all of you are familiar with this word. So reputation means what you feel about someone or something. Okay, so I think I will just take an example for fashion, because all of us are wearing clothes and I'm pretty sure everyone have bought a nice shoe or a nice shirt before. So if you feel something in your head or in your heart after you bought a new nice Nike shoe, or a new, for women, a new, I don't know, high heels, then if you leave the stores and you have the smile on your face, that means something, that you're interacting with the brand, right? Because I'm sure you can go to, in Myanmar, in Yangon, to a market and buy a shoe for $5 or $2 even, but it doesn't make you feel anything. Okay, that means for me, for branding, I split everything into 4 major pillars or kind of attributes. Okay, so the first one is look. And let's just stick to Nike because I'm sure everyone knows Nike. But the first thing you care about is how the shoe is designed, right? It needs to be the new, sporty, cool, minimalist design that you even be attracted to it. But then the second one, the voice, right, is also a major kind of attribute in the entire brand, because if you go inside the Nike store, then the guy just don't say like, yeah, that's the price, go away. They will have a machine to check your foot, and they will ask you questions about what you're trying to do with the shoe and what is your goal and how can I help you, and they're being very nice and helpful. And all the way to online, right? The way Nike is on Facebook, they don't say discount, 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 discount. They say, hey, have you seen our new collaboration with this famous singer or artist or soccer player? And try to create some content for you. The third one is feeling, and obviously, you know, if we just talked about it, if you spend $100 or $50, $80 for a shoe, you get the big bag, you know, you're smiling, you're happy, you walk out of the store, and this is the feeling that you get from certain brands that you like. And the fourth one is actions. Actions basically means how does the brand care about you and other people. So actions can mean, for example, Nike, they have promotions or actions about, you know, 10% of the sale will go to charity, or we will make sure that the people who make the shoe in the factory and so on are taken care of. Everything is working well. And all of these 4 things basically come together in what you feel. Okay, so you guys have mentioned, probably realized that I haven't used the word design or anything at all. This is really about the feeling for a brand and what the brand does for you. Okay, so this is the most important slide for the entire evening. that I would like everyone to please remember in the future. If even if you're a company owner, if you're a designer, if you're working for an agency, it doesn't matter. Okay, this one should stick with you next time you talk about your brand or your advertising strategy or your marketing, whatever. Branding, okay, this word branding is a feeling. Okay, very, very important. So I hope everyone follows me so far, and I hope I don't speak too fast. Nan, please tell me if you can, if my voice is still all right. So,
Yes, it's all right, Yohji.
all right, thank you. And the next step, now we know branding is a feeling. Okay, step one. So, step two is how do you make someone feel something? How do you do that? Like, I will give you a very easy example again. Friendship. Okay, I'm sure all of you have friends that you grew up together with. Okay, a friend that you know since for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and more. These kinds of friends, it took really that much time to become that good friends. Okay, it took 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years for Nike to become a trusted brand in your head, or Armani, or whatever brand you like that you like. It doesn't happen in a day, it doesn't happen in a month, it doesn't even happen in a year. But after a while, what happens is consistency. And this is the absolute key, right, of making someone feel something by always saying the same thing over and over and over again. Like I am talking to all of you guys today, and I am very happy. But for most of you, it's the first time you see me and hear from me. So right now, my reputation is just based on the last 10 minutes. But if we have a webinar next month and all I talk about is how to make bread and how to bake a cake, then you will think, what is this guy talking about? I thought he's talking about branding. Why he's telling me about cake and bread, right? So everyone, if you're a person, if you're a brand, if you're a company, if you have a product or a service, it doesn't matter. Okay. If you stay consistent to what you stand for a long period of time, you will achieve the consistency that people can make a feeling of, which consists in your brand, right? So how, and I will not go too deep into this, but how to create consistency, right? How do you map out, how do you tell your entire company, even if you're 20 people or 2,000 people, how do you make sure every social media post, every PR conference, every webinar, everything on your website has the same message to not confuse anyone? And that is what we call brand strategy. Okay, brand strategy is like a plan, like a master plan that in the beginning of your company existence, or if you rebrand, then you can do that as well, that you basically plan ahead and say, this is what we are going to do for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, and then you stick to it. If you have a plan, your life will be so much easier and your brand will be much more consistent. Okay. So here, as you can see, on the left side, we have the strategy or brand strategy. And on the right side, we have the consistency. Okay, everything that we talked about in the previous slides. And then in the middle, you have all the things, and partly Leon will talk about after my presentation, is everything that you will communicate with you, with your employees, with your customers, internal, external, everything. So your name, your logo, your mission, your website, your slogans, like everything that is visual or verbal that you can communicate your message, is really just a small part of your brand. Okay, and I think this is something that often people get wrong when people ask about, you know, design branding. Um, I hope you were able to follow me. So branding itself, you cannot technically design. Okay, design plays a big role. What you can design is the identity design, the corporate identity, the website, the logo, the brand guidelines, all the things that come with the entire branding package. That is something we can design. But the brand itself, the bigger picture, comes from, first of all, a brand strategy, and then you as a company, as a brand, need to live that strategy. You need to live and breathe it every day until you decide that you need to change it or whatever happens. Okay. So this, I will just go back just 2 slides. So all of this, okay, for all your designers that are listening today, okay, you have to master all the things: logo design, corporate identity, website design. You have to be good at these things, okay, or choose a field and then be good at that. But as soon as you think, okay, I think I'm a good logo designer now, or I think I'm a good UI, UX designer now, try to take a back step, okay, and try to think about how does this website go all the way and really change the future of my client or of the company. And this is where everything with our clients worldwide in all continents, Europe, America, Asia, wherever, goes back to the strategy. Okay. And that's, I know it's very different from the usual design stuff, but I just would like everyone to think about how you could affect your own company or maybe the company you work for with a proper brand strategy to really help and fix a real problem with design, because design can fix problems as long as it's aligned with the strategy. Right. I made a little summary here for what I believe a strong brand is for. Okay. So number one, a strong brand evokes a feeling or emotion. Okay, we talked about this, the Nike shoe. Even if people know that you are more expensive, it doesn't matter. It makes them feel good. Okay, it makes them feel happy. That's why they will go to you. A strong brand has that. Second, a strong brand is always consistent. Okay, if you look at Nike or Apple, social media, they always talk to you in the same way. They always partner with the same influencers. They always have the same message about live free, be happy, be active, you know, just do it, all that kind of stuff. Thirdly, a strong brand is based on a solid strategy. Okay, this is that you don't really see as a customer, but obviously they are only able to be that consistent because they spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and with their tens, thousands and hundreds thousands of employees, and every shop in the world looks exactly the same, to have a very good brand strategy. And then last but not least, a strong brand listens to its customer. Okay, customer is king. You probably heard that a lot, but even for branding, if your brand doesn't speak to your customers, and you can see some comments on social media or people send you an email about that they don't like this and don't like that, analyze it with your team and listen to your customers, because you're not designing for you. Okay, if you're a designer, or even if you're a company owner listening right now, if you're working with someone, don't try to judge the design. Don't try to decide on the design if you like it or not. Try to decide first who you're designing for, and then try to understand and imagine, will this be good for them? Okay, and that's where we come back one time to the quote, a brand is not what you say it is what they say it is. Okay, that means really, I can say now I'm an astronaut, okay, I will go to space, but as long as that perception is not made from other people, I don't have a brand as an astronaut. I don't have a reputation as an astronaut, okay? Let me jump back to my slide. All right, so then my last section for today, because I think for everyone who's listening, this is really difficult, okay? This is until you really understand the foundation of branding and the power it has for long term. Even me, it took me a few months to understand the basics. So if you are interested, I'm happy to share a lot of links and websites that I also use to learn more and have follow some thought leaders. Please let us know in the chat. The last section is, why do I need to invest in branding? Okay, and I heard it a lot, even from bigger companies and bigger clients. It's like, we have logo, we have website, why do I need branding, right? And there are actually a lot of reasons, but I will today just give you only one. And that reason is, if you don't do it, others will do it for you. Okay, so that means that, let's say, for example, you're flying to a holiday, okay, it's somewhere at the beach, and you really like it, but that place, that city, or that town at the beach, they don't spend any money on marketing, no money on branding, no logo for tourism or anything. You will still have a perception about that place. You still feel something about that place. So if you had a good time, you will tell your friends, yeah, that place is nice, not so many people, cool bar, nice beach club, whatever. So it doesn't matter, again, if you're a product, if you're a company, if you have a service, okay? If you don't spend money on your brand to try to tell people what you want them to see, they will do it for you. If you keep sending people discount, 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 try to sell as much as possible in 1 month to hit the sales target, then your reputation of your brand, of your company, will be that they know, I don't like them. They always try to sell me. They don't help me in my life. They don't make my life any better. This will be your reputation if you're not being careful about how you communicate, to who, and everything else that we usually determine in a brand strategy. All right. And then with that, I will leave you to it. So my colleague from our partner agency B360 will talk a little bit more about the details. But from my side, I really, really hope that the foundation of what branding means, and this has nothing, or nothing, but not so much to do with design as you might think in the first place, and more about the bigger picture and what you feel about something. I hope you had a good introduction to it and took away some part of it.